Hello, my dear one. I want to start with a gentle truth. Healing is not something you force. It is something you allow. I've said that countless times over the years, and every time I do, I see faces soften, shoulders relax, tears begin to fall. Because so many of us have been taught the opposite, that healing requires effort, discipline, pushing, striving, fixing. But the truth is softer than that. Healing is not punishment. Healing is permission. Healing is not pressure. Healing is presence. I encourage you to approach these words not as lessons to memorize, not as rules to obey, but as nourishment for your soul. Listen once with openness, then listen again with attention. The first time, simply let the words flow through you, like music, like a lullaby for your spirit. Let them wash over you without resistance. Then when you return, listen again and feel the depth behind each phrase. Repetition brings awareness, and awareness is the beginning of healing. Think of a child who learns to walk. They don't succeed the first time. They fall, they try again, they repeat, and each attempt builds strength, balance, and confidence. Your mind is no different. Each time you hear an affirmation, each time you allow a loving thought to enter, you are teaching yourself to walk again, not in the world, but in love, in peace, in freedom. Now let me remind you of the most important truth. Your thoughts create your life. Some people resist this idea because they confuse responsibility with blame. But I tell you, you are not to blame for your past. You are responsible for your future. Do you feel the difference? Blame keeps you stuck. Responsibility sets you free. Responsibility says, I can choose. I can think differently. I can begin again. That is power. That is freedom. Every thought you think is like a brush stroke on the canvas of your life. Every belief is a color. Every word is a shape. And together, they form the picture you are living. Some of you may say, but Louise, I don't like the picture I see. And I say, then choose a new thought, add a new color, paint a new vision, because the brush is in your hand. It has always been in your hand. The point of power is always in the present moment, not yesterday, for yesterday is gone, not tomorrow, for tomorrow has not yet arrived. The only time you can change your thoughts, the only time you can speak new words, the only time you can create new patterns is now, right here, in this breath. This is where your power lives. So let me ask you gently, what are you painting with your thoughts today? Are you sketching fear? Are you painting lack? Are you repeating old stories of criticism and guilt? Or are you choosing to color your life with peace, with joy, with love? You may not see the full masterpiece yet, but every stroke matters. Every thought counts. Every belief is planting seeds in the soil of your future. I want you to hear me clearly. You are not a victim of your past. You are an artist of your present. You are not doomed to repeat old patterns unless you keep watering them with the same old thoughts. When you change your thinking, even a little, even gently, even slowly, your entire life begins to shift. Pause with me now. Place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes if you can, and whisper softly, I am willing to think differently. I am willing to see differently. I am willing to create a life that feels good to me. You do not have to know how. You do not have to know when. You only need to be willing. Willingness opens the door. Willingness invites life to enter with grace. Healing begins with willingness, not force. Transformation begins with awareness, not self-criticism. Growth begins with a simple thought. I am ready to change. And if you are listening right now, I know you are ready. Life has brought you here for a reason. There are no accidents. You are hearing these words because a part of you already believes it is possible. So today, I invite you to see your thoughts as your greatest tools. Every time you think, you are planting a seed. You can plant seeds of love or seeds of fear, seeds of joy or seeds of resentment, seeds of peace or seeds of chaos. The soil does not judge. It simply grows what you plant. Which seeds are you watering today, my dear? Let me give you one more truth. Life loves you. You may not always feel it. You may have forgotten it. You may have doubted it. But the love has never left. It is always present, like the sun behind the clouds. You can ignore it, you can resist it, but you cannot erase it. The moment you allow yourself to believe, even a little, that life is for you and not against you, everything begins to shift. So as we step into this journey together, hold this close. Healing is not something you earn. Healing is something you allow. Love is not something you chase. Love is something you remember. And peace is not something you buy. Peace is something you choose. Take a breath now. Feel your chest rise. Feel your chest fall. With each breath, remind yourself, I am here. I am safe. I am loved. This is the beginning. This is your doorway. This is your moment. And remember, my dear, you are not broken. You are becoming. You are not behind. You are right on time. You are not unloved. You are life's beloved. Many years ago, I sat with a woman who came to me in deep despair. Her body was hurting, her heart was heavy, and her spirit felt broken. As she spoke, I could hear not only her words, but the weight behind them, the shame she carried, the guilt she never voiced, the harsh way she spoke to herself in the silence of her own mind. And I remember saying softly to her, my darling, you are not sick because you are bad. You are in pain because you have forgotten how to love yourself. That moment was not just her healing, it was my reminder. Because time and again I see the same truth. Behind so many illnesses, behind so much exhaustion, behind so many struggles lies the same root, self-hate and guilt. We don't often call it by its name, do we? We hide it. We bury it. We cover it with busy schedules, with responsibilities, with distractions. But underneath, there it is, the inner critic whispering, I am not enough. The old wound repeating, I did something wrong. The heavy thought saying, I don't deserve. These are not small feelings. They are powerful forces. And when they remain unhealed, they begin to shape our lives in painful ways. What the mind refuses to release, the body carries. What the heart does not forgive, the body remembers. Emotional pain becomes physical pain when left unhealed. So many people live their lives with this silent rejection of themselves. They smile, they serve, they achieve, but deep inside, they carry a private war. And what does this war create? Illness in the body, fatigue in the mind, chaos in the home, struggle in relationships. My dear, I want you to hear me. Resentment, criticism, guilt, and fear are the most toxic emotions you can hold. They poison the soil of your inner garden. They choke the flowers before they can bloom. They keep you small when life wants you to expand. But here is the truth that brings freedom. What you learned, you can unlearn. What you practiced, you can release. The self-hate that was taught to you, the guilt that was planted in you, the fear that was handed down to you, none of it is your essence. You are not your guilt. You are not your fear. You are not your criticism. You are love itself, waiting to be remembered. I know many of you are listening right now and thinking, "But Louise, I've carried these feelings for so long. I don't know if I can let them go." And I say to you, you don't have to release it all at once. You only need to begin. Healing is not a single leap. It is a series of gentle steps. You start by noticing. You continue by forgiving. You keep going by practicing. And slowly, the burden begins to lift. So let us take a small step together right now. Put your hand on your heart and say softly, "I am willing to release what no longer serves me." Do not force it. Do not push it. Simply be willing. Willingness is the doorway. Willingness is the beginning. Willingness says, "I do not have to carry this pain forever." And when you say that, you create space for life to help you, for love to enter, for peace to return. Think of it this way. Guilt is like carrying a heavy stone in your pocket. At first, it may seem small, but as the days go on, the weight grows unbearable. When you choose to forgive yourself, you put the stone down. When you choose to release resentment, you free your hands to hold joy again. When you choose to soften criticism, you open your ears to hear love. And when you let fear dissolve, you step into trust. Remember, my dear, every thought you think is creating your future. Every emotion you hold is shaping your present. You are not powerless. You are powerful. And you always have the choice to release and to return to love. So today, let us make this affirmation together. I release resentment. I release criticism. I release guilt. I release fear. I welcome love. I welcome peace. I welcome joy. I welcome healing. Say it gently. Say it often. Let it become the new language of your soul, because life loves you. And when you stop rejecting yourself, you begin to feel that love in every part of your being. My darling, if there is one teaching I could leave you with, one message to whisper into your ear until it becomes the very song of your soul, it is this: love yourself. I have said it on every stage, in every book, in every counseling session, because it is the root, the foundation, the miracle that everything else grows from. You may be looking for complicated answers, for advanced techniques, for hidden secrets, but I promise you, it always comes back to love. Loving yourself is the miracle medicine. It is not selfish. It is not arrogant. It is not vain. It is the most sacred act of alignment you will ever know. Think about it with me. From love flows forgiveness. From love flows worth. From love flows health. From love flows clarity. Without love, we are like a tree without roots. We can survive for a time, but eventually we wither. With love, we are nourished, steady, unshaken, able to grow toward the sky. When you love yourself, everything else becomes possible. When you deny yourself love, everything else feels impossible. Some of you may be thinking, "But Louise, I don't know how to love myself. No one ever taught me." And that is okay, my dear. You are not alone in that. Most of us were taught to love others, to give endlessly, to put ourselves last. We were told it was noble to sacrifice, to serve, to ignore our own needs. And while giving can be beautiful, it becomes destructive when it is empty, when it is forced, when it comes from a place of lack. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give love you do not feel. You cannot sustain what you do not nurture. So let us begin gently. Loving yourself does not mean fixing every flaw or achieving every goal. It does not mean waiting until you are perfect. It means choosing to accept who you are in this very moment, with all your brilliance and all your tender places. It means saying, I am worthy now, I am lovable now, I am enough now. This is not ego. This is truth. This is homecoming. I want you to pause and reflect. What if love is not the reward, but the beginning of all healing? What if you have been waiting for the wrong moment, waiting until you lose the weight, until you earn the money, until you fix the relationship? What if the miracle happens not after, but before? What if the very act of loving yourself now is the key that unlocks everything else? You see, my dear, love is not the end of the journey. It is the doorway. And when you walk through that doorway, you find that forgiveness is easier, that health flows more freely, that peace comes more naturally. Love is the soil in which all healing grows. Without it, the seeds cannot take root. With it, miracles become ordinary. I want you to take a breath with me now. Place your hand on your heart. Close your eyes if you can, and softly say to yourself, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Say it even if it feels strange. Say it even if your mind argues back. Say it even if you don't believe it yet, because the words are not just words. They are seeds. And every repetition waters those seeds until one day, without effort, they bloom into truth. Do not underestimate the power of this simple practice. I have seen people transform their entire lives with this one affirmation. I have seen illness ease, relationships heal, careers flourish, simply because someone finally decided to love themselves. Why? Because love changes the energy you live in. Love changes the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you choose. Love invites new experiences because when you treat yourself as worthy, the universe responds by showing you more of that worth reflected back. You may ask, but Louise, isn't it selfish to focus on myself? And I say to you, selfishness and self-love are not the same. Selfishness is rooted in fear and lack. Self-love is rooted in abundance and trust. Selfishness says, I take because I do not believe there is enough. Self-love says, I give and receive because I know I'm enough. When you truly love yourself, you become more generous, more compassionate, more kind, because your giving is no longer a cry for validation. It is an overflow of the love you already hold within. So let us practice together. Begin each day with love. Before you look at your phone, before you open your emails, before you face the noise of the world, look in the mirror and say, I love you. I accept you. I am here for you. You may feel silly at first. You may resist. Old voices may rise up and say, you don't deserve it. But keep going. Keep saying it. Keep showing up. Because that little voice in the mirror, that is your inner child, your truest self, the part of you that has been waiting for your love all along. I know it may bring tears. That is good. Tears are healing. They are the body's way of washing away the old pain, the old stories, the old lies. Each tear says, I am ready to soften. I am ready to receive. I am ready to love. And my dear, once you begin, you will notice the changes. You will feel lighter. You will speak more kindly. You will forgive more easily. You will breathe more deeply. And life will meet you with grace, because life is always responding to your vibration. When you vibrate with love, life mirrors that love back to you in countless ways, through opportunities, through relationships, through peace in your heart. So today, I ask you to make love your foundation, not anger, not fear, not guilt, love. Let it be the ground you walk on, the lens you see through, the song you return to again and again. And when you forget, because you will forget, return again. Love does not punish you for forgetting. Love simply waits for you to remember. Let us close this moment together with one more affirmation. Say it slowly, say it gently, say it with trust. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Feel how the words shift the air around you, how they soften the muscles in your face, how they bring warmth to your chest. This is not fantasy. This is healing. This is truth. And remember, my dear one, you are not broken. You are beautiful. You are not unworthy. You are already whole. You do not need to earn love. You only need to allow it. My darling, let us talk about something many of us overlook, the healing power of words and the voice that carries them. You see, it is one thing to think a thought silently, but it is another thing entirely to speak it aloud, to let it travel through your breath, your lips, your chest, your whole body. Words have energy. Your voice has vibration. And when you speak loving words aloud, you awaken every part of yourself to that truth. I've watched people for decades say their affirmations only in their heads. And yes, even silent affirmations hold power. But the shift becomes profound the moment they begin to use their voice. When you speak, your body listens. When you speak, your cells hear. When you speak, you summon not only your mind, but your whole being into alignment. That is why I always say, don't just think your affirmations. Say them, sing them, chant them, whisper them. Let them move through you. Your voice is like a tuning fork. When it vibrates with love, your whole body starts to harmonize with that love. Science even shows us now what I witnessed intuitively years ago. The sound of your own voice can release healing chemicals. Oxytocin flows. Stress hormones decrease. Your nervous system calms. Isn't that beautiful? The medicine was within you all along, waiting for your permission to speak. And it's not just the words themselves. It's the tone. It's the rhythm. It's the intention. Have you ever noticed how a soft whisper can soothe a crying child? Or how a joyful laugh can lift an entire room? That same power lives in you. When you speak with gentleness, your body softens. When you speak with joy, your heart opens. When you speak with love, your spirit remembers. So let us practice now. Take a breath in. Feel it expand your chest. And as you exhale, let the words leave your lips. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. And notice how it feels. Say it again, perhaps a little slower this time. Let each syllable roll like a wave of kindness over your body. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. This is not just language. This is medicine. Sometimes people ask me, Louise, but what if I don't believe the words yet? What if it feels false when I say it? And I tell them, that's all right. You don't need to believe fully on day one. You only need to be willing. The power is not in perfection. The power is in repetition. Every time you say the words, you are planting seeds. Every time you say them, you are watering those seeds. And one day, without effort, you look around and see a garden where once there was only barren soil. There's also a secret joy hidden here. When you speak your affirmations aloud, you may find yourself smiling. You may feel your lips curl, your eyes soften, your whole face light up. And that smile, my love, is medicine too. It tells your body, we are safe. It tells your heart, we are loved. It tells your mind, we are free. Even if the smile feels small or forced at first, keep going. Smiles, like words, carry energy. They ripple through your nervous system, reminding every part of you that life is good, that healing is possible, that joy is near. Now let us go even deeper. Imagine your voice as a bridge. On one side of the bridge are your thoughts, often swirling, doubting, questioning. On the other side of the bridge are your experiences, your physical body, your reality. Your voice carries the thought across the bridge. It takes what was only inside your mind and delivers it to your whole being. That is why words spoken aloud are so powerful. They are not trapped in the head. They become embodied. They become real. I want you to think of times in your life when words spoken aloud changed everything. A yes at the altar. A doctor saying you are healed. A child saying I love you. Or even a teacher saying you can do this. Words spoken aloud have power to move mountains, to change destinies, to heal wounds. Why would your own words be any different? Why would your body not listen when you speak love into it? So here is my invitation. Begin to create rituals with your voice. Say your affirmations while you shower, letting the water carry them over your skin. Say them while you drive, turning the car into a temple of love. Say them while you cook, stirring healing energy into your food. Say them into the mirror, looking yourself in the eyes, reclaiming trust one phrase at a time. Every word you speak with love is an act of creation. Every word is a seed. Every word is a brush stroke on the canvas of your life. Some of you may feel nervous to speak affirmations aloud, afraid someone will hear, afraid it will sound silly. And yet, my dear, isn't it far sillier to spend our whole lives speaking criticism aloud, repeating complaints, affirming fear without hesitation? If we can so easily speak words of worry, why not choose words of healing? If we can so freely say, I am tired, I am sick, I am unlucky, why not practice instead, I am strong, I am healing, I am open to blessings? The mouth already speaks. The choice is only what message you give it to carry. Let's make another affirmation together right now. Say it aloud wherever you are, even if it's just a whisper. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. Feel how your chest vibrates with the words. Feel how the air shifts. Feel how even the smallest sound can create a wave of change in you. And here is the beauty. When you use your voice in this way, you are not only healing yourself, you are raising the vibration of the space around you. Sound travels. Energy expands. Your words ripple into the environment, blessing your home, blessing your family, blessing the world. You may not see it immediately, but every loving word spoken aloud leaves a trace of healing in the atmosphere. That is how powerful you are. So, my darling, let this be your new practice. Speak your life into being. Say the words until they live in your bones. Say them until they replace the old harsh phrases. Say them until your voice itself becomes a song of love. And each time you speak, know that your body listens, your heart listens, life listens. Take one more breath with me now. And as you exhale, say it again. I am willing to heal. I allow love to flow through me. That is enough. That is everything. At the close of our time together, I want to leave you not with more to do, but with gentle practices that invite healing into your everyday life, naturally, softly, beautifully. Because healing is not about dramatic effort. It is not about fixing yourself like a broken machine. Healing is about returning to what is already whole within you. And sometimes the simplest practices are the most profound. The first practice is meditation on the breath. My dear, your breath is your reset button. It is the bridge between your body and your spirit, between your fear and your peace. When life feels overwhelming, sit quietly, place your hand on your chest, and notice. Inhale peace, exhale stress, inhale love, exhale tension. With each breath, you are reminding yourself, I am here, I am safe, I am alive. There is no rush, there is no perfection. Even 3 mindful breaths can change the entire energy of your day. The second practice is to write down positive affirmations. Don't just think them, don't just hope them. Write them where you can see them. On mirrors, on your desk, on your phone. Let these words become your companions, your reminders, your daily nourishment. Try simple ones like, my body is a friend to me. I trust the process of life. Every cell in my body vibrates with health. Each time you read them, each time you say them, you are rewriting the story inside you. You are teaching your subconscious a new truth. Remember, repetition is power. And when your eyes, your ears, your voice, and your heart all receive the same loving words, transformation is inevitable. The third practice is to bless everyone and everything with love. This may sound small, but it is life-changing. When you walk into work, silently bless the people around you. When you prepare food, bless it with gratitude. When you sit at your desk, bless the tasks before you. Bless the weather, bless the traffic, bless your own reflection in the mirror. Every loving thought is a seed, and you are planting a new reality with each blessing. You do not need to control the soil. You do not need to rush the growth. You only need to plant with love, and life will bring the harvest. These 3 practices, the breath, affirmations, and blessing, may seem simple, but simplicity is often the deepest wisdom. If you commit to them gently, not with pressure, but with willingness, you will notice subtle shifts. Your body will feel calmer, your thoughts will soften, your heart will open. You will remember that healing is not a destination to reach, but a state to return to. And so we come to our closing truth. Healing is already happening within you. Even now as you listen, even now as you breathe, even now as you simply allow. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not beyond help. Your body is listening. Your mind is opening. Your heart is softening. So let us affirm together, you are safe to heal. You are worthy of healing. You are healing. Life loves you, and so do I. That is enough. That is everything. If you are here listening to my voice right now, it is not by chance. It is because you are ready. Yes, you are ready for blessings beyond what you have dared to imagine. Ready for love, ready for healing, ready for abundance, ready for peace. Life loves you. The universe is not random. It is not cruel. It is not holding out on you. You have been guided to this very moment because there is a readiness inside you that cannot be ignored anymore. You might have thought you came here because of curiosity or by accident, but let me tell you, this is no coincidence. Every experience, every person, every word you hear shows up for a reason. And right now the reason is simple. You are ready to stop chasing and start receiving. I have said it thousands of times in my life. Blessings do not come because we force them. They come because we allow them. Force closes doors. Readiness opens them. Pressure makes us tired. Openness makes us magnetic. What you are willing to receive, you can receive. The universe is like a garden overflowing with fruit, but you cannot pick the fruit with clenched fists. You must open your hands. You must open your heart. You must say softly, "Yes, I am ready now." You see, so many people live in the energy of wanting more, wanting better, wanting different, and yet wanting alone creates a vibration of lack. It says, "I don't have." It says, "I am incomplete." But when you shift from wanting to receiving, something magical happens. You are no longer saying, "I don't have." You are saying, "I allow, I welcome, I trust." That is the energy that opens the floodgates of love, prosperity, joy. When you stop demanding, you start attracting. When you stop chasing, you start allowing. When you stop doubting, you start aligning. Let me define it clearly for you. Readiness is not perfection. Readiness is not having every problem solved. Readiness is not waiting until you are thinner, richer, wiser, calmer. No. Readiness is a decision of the heart. It is the willingness to let go of the thought that says, "I must earn my blessings." You do not earn love, you allow it. You do not earn healing, you accept it. You do not earn abundance, you open the door to it. I want you to pause right here and consider something very important. What if everything you are asking for is already on its way? What if the health, the relationship, the opportunity, the joy are already surrounding you, just waiting for your permission to arrive? Imagine that for a moment. Feel what it does in your body to believe, even a little, that the blessings are not far away but right here, waiting at the threshold of your life. Life is ready to bless you. Are you ready to let it in? So often we believe the message is try harder. Try harder to fix yourself. Try harder to succeed. Try harder to deserve. But the real message is softer, kinder, more powerful. Allow more. Allow more ease. Allow more kindness. Allow more grace. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are aligning. That is the truth. Alignment is simply when your inner thought agrees with your outer life. Alignment is when you say, "Yes, I am safe. Yes, I am worthy. Yes, I am willing." And then life mirrors that back to you. The outer always reflects the inner. When you shift inside, everything outside begins to shift as well. I want you to hear this deeply. You are not lacking. You are not empty. You are not missing anything. The part of you that thinks you are not enough has simply forgotten the truth. And the truth is this: you are worthy of love now. You are worthy of joy now. You are worthy of abundance now. Not when you become someone else. Not when you prove yourself. Not when the world applauds you. Now. This very breath proves it. This very heartbeat proves it. Blessings are already here, my love. They are in the kindness of a smile, the warmth of sunlight, the chance to begin again each morning. They are in the opportunities that knock softly at your door, the inspirations that spark quietly in your mind. They are in the people who arrive to teach, to love, to support. And the more you say yes, the more you notice, the more you welcome, the more they grow. What you focus on expands. What you bless, blesses you back. What you say yes to multiplies. So let us shift today. Let us move from the energy of striving to the energy of receiving. Say with me, I am ready, I am willing, I am open. I trust the process of life. These words are not just nice phrases, they are keys. Keys that unlock the doors you once thought were sealed. Keys that open pathways you could not see before. A thought can be a prison, or it can be a key. And every time you choose a thought of readiness, you unlock another door in your life. I know the mind wants to argue. The mind says, but what about my mistakes? What about my failures? What about the times I tried and nothing worked? And I say gently to you, none of those cancel your worthiness. None of those stop the flow of love. The only thing that blocks blessings is the belief that you are not allowed to have them. And today, right now, we release that belief. We say, I allow, I welcome, I receive. Imagine standing before a river. The water is rushing, clear, abundant, endless. That is life. That is the universe. You can dip your hands in at any moment. You can drink deeply at any moment. The river does not ask if you have earned it. The river simply flows. And the only question is, will you cup your hands and receive? So as you listen to me, let your heart soften. Let your breath slow. Whisper softly, I am ready for my blessings. I am ready for my healing. I am ready for my abundance. Feel the truth of it. Feel the shift inside you. This is not force. This is not pressure. This is readiness. Remember, my dear, life is for you. Life supports you. Life loves you. And when you begin to agree with that truth, everything begins to change. You are not waiting for blessings to come from somewhere far away. You are standing in the middle of them right now. The more you open, the more you receive. The more you allow, the more you attract. The more you trust, the more you align. So I ask you once more, with all the love in my heart, what if everything you desire is already here, simply waiting for your yes? Are you ready to let it in? Gratitude, my love, is the doorway to abundance. When we give thanks, even for the smallest things, we send out a signal to the universe. I am paying attention. I am ready to receive more. Abundance does not respond to pressure. It responds to appreciation. And the more we bless what is here, the more what is here blesses us back. So many people wait for the big wins before they allow themselves to feel grateful. They wait for the promotion, the perfect partner, the brand new house. But waiting blocks the flow. Don't wait. Bless what you already have. Bless what is here right now. Every breath you take is a miracle. Every step your body allows you to make is a gift. Every morning that light touches your window is a new beginning. And if you can open your heart to thank these simple blessings, you have already unlocked the vibration of receiving. I often say to people, say thank you for your body. Thank you for your breath. Thank you for your home. Thank you for your path. Even if the body is not perfect, it is still carrying you. Even if the home is small, it still gives you shelter. Even if the path is uncertain, it is still moving you forward. Gratitude changes the way you see everything. It turns what you have into enough, and from that enough, more begins to flow. Let me remind you, gratitude is not about ignoring your struggles. Gratitude does not pretend pain isn't real. Gratitude says, yes, there are challenges, and yes, there is still good. Gratitude lights a candle in the dark. It brings a gentle warmth to even the coldest nights. And when you keep that candle lit, life finds a way to bring you more light. Try this simple practice with me. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, before the rush of the day begins, place your hand on your heart and whisper 3 things you are thankful for. They don't need to be dramatic. It might be, I am thankful for my bed. I am thankful for the fresh air. I am thankful for another day. Notice how your energy shifts with those words. Notice how your body softens. Gratitude is not about size. It is about sincerity. Start every day with the simple declaration, I am grateful. I am open. I am ready. These words align you with receiving. These words prepare your mind and your spirit to notice opportunities, to welcome kindness, to accept love. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Gratitude stops being a habit you perform and becomes a way of being. Remember, my dear, what you focus on expands. What you appreciate, appreciates. What you bless, blesses you back. Gratitude is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of every blessing. And when you live in thankfulness, you live in readiness. When we practice gratitude, something beautiful happens. Our hearts open. Our energy rises. And as your energy rises, you begin to notice what surrounds you more clearly. Because, my love, energy is contagious. Just as a smile can brighten your day, a complaint can dim your light. Who you spend time with matters. The voices you listen to matter. The spaces you live in matter. I often remind people, protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. Your peace is not something small. It is not an extra. It is the very foundation of your healing, of your joy, of your abundance. And if you treat it as sacred, it will protect you in return. Think of yourself as a garden. You are rich soil, filled with potential. And everything you allow around you, words, people, habits, spaces, becomes your soil. If you surround yourself with negativity, criticism, fear, those seeds land in your soil and begin to grow. But if you surround yourself with kindness, encouragement, hope, those seeds flourish instead. You are the gardener, and you decide what to plant, what to water, and what to remove. So ask yourself gently, what voices am I letting into my mind every day? What conversations am I feeding on? What spaces am I inhabiting? Are they nourishing me, or are they draining me? Notice this without judgment. Simply notice. Awareness is the first step. You may not always control who crosses your path. Life brings many kinds of people, but you can choose where you place your focus. You can choose how long you linger in environments that dim your light. You can choose to bless and release what no longer serves you. Every choice you make is either feeding your peace or stealing from it. Surround yourself with voices that uplift. Maybe it is music that makes your spirit sing. Maybe it is a book that reminds you of your strength. Maybe it is a friend who speaks possibility when you only see limits. These are treasures. Collect them. Lean into them. And remember, positivity does not mean pretending everything is perfect. Positivity means choosing to see the possibility even in the imperfection. It means asking, what is the gift here? What is the lesson here? What is the next step here? When you live in this way, your environment becomes a mirror that reflects back the love you are cultivating inside. Protect your peace like you would protect a precious child, because your peace is your inner child. It is tender, it is sacred, it is worthy of care. When you honor that, you align with a higher vibration, and blessings flow to you more easily. So let me ask you, if you are a garden, what are you planting today? What are you watering today? What weeds are you ready to pull out? You deserve to thrive in rich soil. You deserve to grow in light. And once your environment supports you, there is another beautiful step, taking inspired action. Because life is not only about imagining, it is about moving. And when that movement comes from alignment, it becomes magnetic. Visualization is powerful. Affirmations are powerful. Gratitude is powerful. But there is a moment when life whispers, Now take a step, and that step, when it is aligned, becomes magnetic. It draws opportunities. It attracts the right people. It opens doors you could never have forced open by willpower alone. I have seen this again and again. People visualize for years, but they stay frozen. They say affirmations beautifully, but they never move. And then they wonder why nothing changes. The truth is simple. Your thoughts plant the seed, but your actions water the seed. Without water, the seed cannot grow. But listen carefully. Action is not about forcing. Action is not about pushing yourself into exhaustion. Action is not about proving your worth. Action that is aligned feels different. It feels like ease. It feels like flow. It feels like, yes, this is the right next step. Ask yourself gently, what is one small thing I can do today in the direction of my vision? Not 10 things, not the whole mountain, just one step. Because one step taken in alignment is worth more than 100 taken in fear. When you take an aligned step, you are telling the universe, I trust, I am ready, I am willing. And the universe responds. It brings support, synchronicities, little miracles that remind you, you are not walking alone. Sometimes we believe action must be heavy to count, but that is not true. Inspired action often feels light, even joyful. It might be writing down an idea that came to you in the night. It might be sending one email. It might be clearing a small corner of your room to make space for new energy. These simple steps are powerful because they come from intuition, not fear. Let me share a truth I have lived by. When it feels forced, pause. When it feels aligned, proceed. When it feels joyful, expand. Ease is not laziness. Ease is guidance. Ease is the universe's way of saying, this is the path. So ask yourself this reflective question. What if ease was a sign that you're on the right path? Imagine what that would change. Imagine what choices you would make differently if you believed that when something flows, it is because it is meant for you. Imagine how much more energy you would have if you stopped battling and started following. Life is always whispering. Your intuition is always nudging. Sometimes it is quiet, sometimes it is loud, but it is always present. And when you listen, when you trust, when you act from that place, your life begins to rearrange, not because you forced it, but because you flowed with it. So today I invite you to try this. Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart and ask, what is one small action I can take that supports my highest good? Wait, listen. Whatever comes, if it feels loving, if it feels peaceful, if it feels light, take that step. That is inspired action. That is how miracles grow. Remember, my dear, the universe responds not to pressure, but to readiness, not to fear, but to love, not to forcing, but to flowing. When you live this way, you are no longer chasing blessings. You are walking with them. And as you continue, you will see every small act rooted in alignment becomes a ripple. One ripple touches another, and soon the ocean of your life begins to move in harmony. This is how transformation happens, not in one grand leap, but in gentle, consistent steps guided by love. So take your step today. Trust your heart, trust the ease, and know with every breath, with every action, with every thought, you are aligning with the life you have always been worthy of. Let's talk about this. A prosperous mindset is not built on wishing, it is built on believing. And the truth is simple. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you believe you deserve, because life is always echoing your inner conviction. not your outer words. And if deep down you live with the belief that there is never enough, that others are luckier, that you are always behind, then that is the vibration you project, and that is what returns to you again and again. But the moment you shift, the moment you release the thought of lack and replace it with the thought of abundance, everything begins to rearrange, because the universe is abundant by nature. It is not stingy, it is not selective, it is always offering, always pouring, always overflowing, and you are meant to drink from that overflow, not to stand on the edge feeling unworthy. And so the invitation is clear. Release the old statements that never served you. Release the heavy lines such as, "There's never enough," or "I'm not lucky like others," or "I must fight for every scrap," and begin to plant new, life-giving sentences. Begin to affirm with sincerity, "I live in an abundant universe. I am open to the endless flow of good. What I desire is already seeking me." Because when you speak these words with conviction, you are not pretending. You are programming your subconscious. You are reteaching your mind to expect support instead of scarcity, to expect provision instead of deprivation, to expect miracles instead of misfortune. And remember, my dear, the universe yields to both faith and commitment. It responds to the vibration of your trust and the steadiness of your focus. So if you commit to thoughts of abundance, if you commit to repeating them even when old doubts return, if you commit to acting from a place of trust rather than fear, then life cannot help but meet you at that level. Understand this clearly. Lack is not a condition of the world, it is a condition of thought. And abundance is not something you chase, it is something you allow. And every time you choose to affirm, "There is always more than enough," you dissolve a little more of the old scarcity, and you open a little more of the new flow. You see, beliefs are like roots. They run deep, they shape everything. And some of these roots were planted long ago by families, by culture, by society telling you that money is hard, that opportunities are rare, that blessings belong to a chosen few. But those roots are not permanent. They can be replaced, they can be pulled out, and you can plant new roots of prosperity, roots that say, "I deserve to thrive, I am worthy of ease, I am safe to prosper." And just as a tree cannot grow new fruit without new roots, you cannot grow a new life without new beliefs. And the beautiful news is that you can choose your beliefs right now, in this very moment. I want you to hear this and let it sink into every cell. You are not asking for too much. You are asking for what has always been yours. You are not greedy for wanting more. You are aligned with life itself, because life is growth, life is expansion, life is increase. And when you deny yourself abundance, you are denying life. But when you accept abundance, you are agreeing with life. You are saying yes to the natural rhythm of the universe, which is to multiply, to overflow, to bless. So every day I want you to train your mind to notice where the thought of lack tries to sneak in. It might appear as comparison. It might appear as jealousy. It might appear as hopelessness. And when it does, pause and replace it gently but firmly. Say to yourself, "I bless their success because it proves abundance exists for me too." Say, "I release envy because I trust my path." Say, "I no longer believe in shortage, I believe in sufficiency." And each time you do this, you weaken the old pattern and strengthen the new. Each time you choose abundance over lack, you are creating a new normal. Prosperity, remember, is not only money, it is love, it is time, it is health, it is joy, it is the freedom to express, the freedom to rest, the freedom to create. And when you live with a prosperous mindset, you stop measuring your life by what is missing, and you begin celebrating what is arriving. You begin expecting good news. You begin opening to new doors. Let me define this simply. Scarcity says not enough. Abundance says always enough. Scarcity says, others have what I cannot. Abundance says, there is room for all of us. Scarcity says, I must fight to survive. Abundance says, I am safe to thrive. And you, my dear, get to choose which voice you listen to. So right now, whisper with me. I choose abundance. I choose trust. I choose prosperity. And feel how your body responds. Notice the softening in your chest, the opening in your breath, because your body always recognizes truth. And the truth is that you are meant to prosper, you are meant to flourish, you are meant to live in the flow of enough. And when you believe this deeply, when you act from this faith, when you commit to this mindset, then the universe yields. It bends toward your trust. It answers your vibration. It rearranges circumstances. It ushers in opportunities. It brings people and resources that match the frequency you hold. And slowly but surely, you realize you no longer chase blessings. You welcome them. You no longer doubt your worth. You embody it. You no longer fear lack. You rest in sufficiency. So let me leave you with this. Prosperity begins in the mind. It grows in the heart. It manifests in the life. And every thought is a seed. So today, plant seeds of abundance. Water them with trust. Nourish them with commitment. And watch as your whole life blooms into the garden of more than enough. Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to struggle and push and force, yet never feel fulfilled, while others seem to move with ease and joy and everything aligns for them? The answer is not in how much force they use. It is in how much love they allow. Because force says, I must make it happen, while love says, I trust it is happening for me. And there is a world of difference between the two. Force drains, love restores. Force exhausts, love energizes. Force tries to control, love learns to cooperate. You don't need to manipulate life. You only need to partner with it, to dance with it, to move with its rhythm instead of against it. Think of it this way. You are not pushing a boulder uphill with bloody hands and a tired back. You are learning to surf the wave, to find balance on the water, to ride with what is already moving. The ocean does not ask you to control it. It asks you to trust it, to respect it, to learn its rhythm. And when you do, you discover that what once looked impossible becomes effortless. That is the way love works. That is the way trust works. When you meet life with fear, you fight it. When you meet life with love, you flow with it. And that flow opens doors, introduces opportunities, and brings blessings you could never have forced into being. I want you to remember, you do not need to prove your worthiness by how much you struggle. You are worthy because you exist, because life placed you here, because you are part of the infinite whole. Worthiness is not a prize to win. It is the foundation you stand on. And when you remember this, you stop fighting and you start receiving. And let us go deeper into this truth. Your blessings are not random. They are reflections. You do not get lucky. You align. You vibrate in harmony with what belongs to you, what you believe about yourself, what you say to yourself, what you hold in your heart. That is the frequency you broadcast, and life simply echoes it back to you. If you believe you are never enough, life mirrors lack. If you believe you are safe and loved, life mirrors abundance. You are not waiting for chance. You are shaping your experience every moment with your thoughts, your feelings, your focus. Your worthiness is not up for negotiation. It is your natural state. No mistake, no failure, no story from the past can cancel that truth. You are as worthy today as you were the day you were born. The only question is, will you remember? Will you choose to believe it? A chosen life is not reserved for a few special souls. It is available to all who believe they are ready. Life does not play favorites. Life responds to readiness. It responds to faith. It responds to love. And when you stand and say, I am ready, I am open, I am willing, I am worthy, the entire universe responds to that vibration. Doors begin to open. Synchronicities begin to appear. People arrive to help. Ideas arrive to inspire. Resources arrive to support. You are not begging for scraps. You are aligning with the banquet that was always waiting for you. And the more you say yes, the more you believe, the more you allow, the more life brings. So let me say this with all the love I have. You are ready. You are ready for your healing. You are ready for your prosperity. You are ready for love that nourishes you, friendships that honor you, opportunities that expand you. You are ready for joy that feels natural, peace that feels steady, abundance that feels safe. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are not excluded. You are included. You belong. And the blessings that are yours cannot miss you. They are magnetized to your readiness. Let us affirm this truth together, not as empty words, but as living declarations. I am ready. I am open. I am worthy of all that is good. Life loves me, and so do I. Say it again. I am ready. I am open. I am worthy. Life loves me. Feel the rhythm of these words. Feel the energy in your body as you speak them. Notice how your heart softens. Notice how your mind calms. Notice how your spirit lifts. These are not just phrases, they are frequencies, and every time you repeat them, you tune yourself to the station of abundance. You align yourself with the channel of love. Now take a breath with me. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Place your hand on your heart and whisper gently, I trust life. I trust love. I trust myself. This trust is your foundation. This love is your magnet. This worthiness is your truth. And as you carry it with you into this day, remember, you do not need to force. You only need to flow. You do not need to chase. You only need to allow. You do not need to doubt. You only need to remember. Life is not against you. Life is for you. Life is with you. And every blessing you have ever longed for is closer than you think, waiting patiently for your yes. And so, my dear, I leave you with this blessing. You are ready. You are open. You are worthy of all that is good. Life loves you, and so do I.